Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Gershon. This week we are discussing the upcoming Morbid Hour live stream, which will be taking place on Wednesday, June 14th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This will be hosted by Hellhound from the Horror&Metal channel, featuring myself and HorrorFan88. And we'll be discussing our favorite underrated horror films. Yes, can't wait to discuss that. There's so many underrated horror films to talk about, including underrated horror sequels, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, of course. Then, of course, you got your horror sequels that are generally hated, but I feel are underrated. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. Halloween 5. And then you got your horror films that are just underrated in general. Scars of Dracula. Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. Absolutely love that film. Hands of the Ripper. Blood on Satan's Claw. Got underrated Italian horror film there, Nightmare Castle, starring legendary Barbara Steele with that awesome score from Ennio Morricone. Got great underrated slasher there that no one talks about really. Alone in the Dark, what a great cast. I mean, what a great slasher. You got Hell Night starring Linda Blair, of course. You got Stuart Gordon's Dagon. You don't hear too many people talk about this crazy-ass movie. Got the very atmospheric slasher there from 1981, Just Before Dawn. True crime horror with The Legend of Lizzie Borden. Yeah, in my opinion, the most underrated Wes Craven film, Deadly Friend. You got a film that I feel is often overshadowed by some of his bigger films, Inferno. Of course, I feel it often gets overshadowed by films like Suspiria and Deep Red and stuff like that, Tenebrae. But Inferno was a great film. I mean, visually stunning. Maybe a little batshit sometimes, but I really enjoy it. So yes, we're going to be talking about our favorite underrated horror film. So what is some of yours? Let me know in the comments below. We're also going to be talking in the music portion of our show. We're going to be talking about Sepultura, the legendary Brazilian thrash metal band. Yeah. Great band, highly influential in the heavy metal world. We're going to be focusing, of course, on the Cavalera era, you know, Max and Igor Cavalera. Because I feel once you get past that, you know, when you take those two away, you're kind of taking the heart and soul of Sepultura away. It's like taking Eddie and Alex Van Halen out of Van Halen, you know. So we're just going to focus mainly on that era, you know, Morbid Visions, Schizophrenia, Beneath the Remains, Arise, Chaos, AD, and of course, Roots, Bloody Roots. Yeah. Classic, legendary thrash metal band, Sepultura. Yeah, they even toyed with death metal a little bit here and there, but maybe even a little bit of new metal towards the end there with the Roots. But yeah, definitely looking forward to discussing the Sepultura discography. So join us on Wednesday, June 14th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Morbid Hour live stream. And thank you for joining me, Sean Patrick Gershon, in the Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared. Good evening, folks, and we got some brand new merchandise for you over at www.thehorrorcona.com, and that's CONA.com. Representing the Horror Corner. Great new design. We got the Morbid Hour live stream there, you got the Horror Hangout live stream there, and you got my nemesis, the Dark Fate. So grab your t-shirt over at www.thehorrorcona.com. And we also got this beautiful new mug. Look at that. Very, very cool. Thought that came out really nice. So grab your merchandise today over at www.thehorrorcona.com.